Hello! Today we will write an app. Today I would like to show you how to create a simple React.js application with REST API and some Bootstrap. Let's start.
Okay, so let's start from opening the folder where we would like to have our application. Later, let's use create React app command. If you don't have it installed, check out our blog. There is an article how you can install it step by step. And I will call my folder with app tutorial. You can select any other name for your application, and now it's installing. Now installation is ready, and to start our application we'll have to go to our application folder, which in my case is tutorial. And later I will use yarn start command. You can also use npm start if you prefer using npm. Let's wait until the application will run. Okay, it seems it's ready. By default, it's running on port 3000, but of course you can change it. What you should see after running the app is this kind of screen with React logo and some text. Let's open the code. I have the plugin for Visual Studio Code, but you can open it from the folder. And let's find app.js file, which is our main app file. We will rebuild it a little bit. We don't need all this return. We don't need logo as well, and we will change it for class component instead of functional component. For this, importing component from React and do some simple changes here. I'll also add a render function and return inside of it to return just some simple text like users list. Okay, let's check it out. And it works. It doesn't look good because it doesn't have any styles yet, but we will take care about styling later. Okay, we will use a random API which will give us some data. In my case, it's request.in, and I'll get the users list. Here you can see the request, it's API users and which is the page, and here is the data I will get as a response. So let's get the URL. Now I'll create component didMount method where normally we do first API call and get data to our application. Also, I forgot to create a constructor for our components, so now I'll do it and I'll initialize the state there. In the state, for now, I'll just put an empty array called users and page number. By default, it will be 1. Okay, let's get back to component didMount method and create a constant with our URL. I'll just copy paste it. And what I want to do, I want to make the page variable, which will be taken from the state right now. Okay, and now I will use fetch method to get data from this URL. Let's now convert the response to JSON. And now I will save users to the state. For this, I will use setState method. Oh, I forgot the parentheses to convert to JSON. And users will be res data. Yeah, let's make sure it's data. Yeah, it's res data. The call seems to be ready. Now I would like to check what I can display from this data. So let's create a const users from the state inside the render method. And now I will use map method to display users. Remember that each elements in our component have to has one element, so we will create a div. Okay, now I will use map method to display users. And let's add, for example, user email. And of course, we will add a key to our element because React needs it. And our key will be user ID. Otherwise, you can map with index and as a key put an index. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, it works. Emails are here. It doesn't look good yet. Now it's time to take care about how it looks like. I would like to use Bootstrap to make it good looking. Let's go to a Bootstrap website. We need to put styles into our main HTML file. Let's find the link. Okay, here it is. Let's copy it. And our HTML file is inside public folder and it's index.html. I will paste it on the bottom, just above the title. Great, save. And let's add a class name container for our main div. And we will check how it works. Yeah, it works. You see. Okay, now let's take a look at components. For sure, we will use cards, and I think we may use Jumbotron. Yep, here it is. And it's look good for our header. So let's copy this and paste it inside our code. Okay, we don't need this part. We only want this h1 header. And remember that in React we need to have class name instead of class. Yes, let's take user list and place it here. And let's check it out. Yeah, looks good. Next, let's take a card. We need something simple like card with image, title, and that's it. Bootstrap offers really big amount of different types of cards. Okay, let's copy it and paste inside our map method. Change every class to class name. Let's add avatar source. And let's add the key as user ID. This we don't need anymore. Oh, we forgot to close image, and it's necessary in React. Let's add some alt tag, for example, user email avatar. Let's add user first and last name as card title. Let me check if it's correct. Yeah, first name and last name. This button we don't need. And here we will put an email. We also have to remove this style because we will add styling later in the CSS file. Okay, so it works. Doesn't look very good. It's too wide. We would like to make it smaller. So I think it will be a good idea to add a container for all these images. Let's call it users, to have it in one place. And now let's go to app CSS and add some styles. We don't need these all styles anymore, but let's add some styling for card. We will set width to 18em like it was before, and margin to 10 pixels. And also let's add some style for users. We will add display flex. Next, flex flow to row wrap. And we will justify content to space around. And let's check how it looks like now. Yeah, that's the result that we wanted. Okay, there is one more thing which we would like to add. As you probably realized, we can set the page number in the API call. That's why we would like to add pagination to have the possibility of calling data from different pages. So now let's look on Bootstrap website for some kind of pagination. This one looks like good pagination. Let's take this part of code. And let's put it just below our users div. Change to class name. And we would like to have current page in the middle, pref and next on the sides. This one will be pref, and this one will be next. And these two will be clickable. Okay, it's visible now, but it doesn't look good. So let's add some CSS. Yeah, let's copy this. Or maybe we should add some styles to container as well to make it in the center. Yes, and maybe some margin. Let's add 5% to the top and 5% to the bottom. Yeah, it looks good now. Okay, so now we have to create a function which will change the pages. For this, we have to add an API call. So let's get the code from component didMount, and we will use page num, which will be here as parameter of the function. Yes, like this. It looks like we have the same code twice, so it's a good idea to just call change page function inside component didMount. Here we will add just our initial page number from the state. Now let's add change page function to our buttons, to prev and to next. Let's add onClick. This change page, and previous page will be always the current page minus 1. So this state page num minus 1. Let's make it more readable. Cool. Now let's add it also in the next. In this state page num, we don't want to give it any other function, so it won't be clickable. It looks good now. Just next page will be always current page plus 1. And what else should we change here is the page number. It should be like the page number from the parameter. And now let's go back to the buttons, and we want to disable prev button if page number is less than 1. So let's add disabled and condition. If it's 1, it should be disabled, because we will never have this situation that page number will be 0 or minus 1, for example. So let's check it. Okay, it seems like it works. The previous is fine, it's disabled. But for the next, we have to add another condition, because we have in our response total number of pages. So let's add one more property to the state. Let's call it total pages and set it to 0 at the beginning. Then we would like to set total pages when we will get response. Okay. And now let's create a condition in the next button to check if our current page isn't the last one. If it is, we want to disable the button. So if page number is bigger or equal to total pages number, then we would like it to be disabled. Okay, let's check it out. It seems like our React.js app with Bootstrap and Pagination and REST API call is ready.
I hope you like the project. If you have any question about it, leave a comment, we will respond you. So, don't forget to give us a thumb up and subscribe the channel. Also, visit our website. Bye!